Live from Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, Flow Sports proudly presents Gulf South Conference basketball. Today it is the regular season finale between Union University and Shorter College. And the starting lineups being introduced for Shorter University. Tiara Lewis, who is their top scorer, averaging 12 a game. And Joy Kierbo, you'll be hearing those names all during the game. Derica McCall, who's averaging 12 a game as well. Courtney Lumpkin, 7. Tori Smiley, 7. And Ansley Barge, she's another one that can handle the ball quite well. And now here come the Lady Bulldogs onto the floor for their season finale. And for some of these young ladies, it'll be the last regular season game they play at home. And here goes the light show. And here come the Lady Bulldogs. From Papua New Guinea, Shanique Lucas. This is her final season as a Lady Bulldog. And a graduate transfer, Jazzy Ann Hewson. And Macy Lee, the leading scorer for the Lady Bulldogs, and from right here in Jackson, Tennessee, Courtney Zenson, who's been in the starting lineup since just after Christmas, and Olivia Lee, Macy's sister, and from right here in Jackson, Tennessee, they both went to Trinity Christian Academy, and the Lady Bulldogs getting ready for this one on this beautiful Saturday afternoon with the temperatures outside in the 60s. And we expect the crowd to continue to be trickling in today. The Lady Bulldogs have sewn up the number 2 seed. There is Lashina Brooks, the head coach of Shorter, now in her 3rd season. It has been a rough one for them this season. Shorter 3-24, and they are 1-20. They are 2-21 in the Gulf South Conference. It has been a tough one, and Union dominated 102-55 when they played on the Shorter court earlier, and Shorter gets the tip. Let the games begin, and that full court pressure starts right off the bat for Union. It is going to be a tough one for the Shorter team to handle this afternoon, and traveling called right off the bat. And Union capitalizing on turnovers so much, averaging 33 points off turnovers during the course of this season. That seems like it's been like a blip in the radar scope. They started off in a major classic out in Texas back in November, and then made a trip to Puerto Rico. So they were a traveling team, did not have their first home game until December. And right you go down the floor, and it is Shanique Lucas, who didn't score. A rarity. She didn't score Thursday night against Lee, but she gets the assist from Macy Lee. Union will challenge all game long, and there's one from the corner, and it's there. This is not a team that's built on three-pointers. The answer shot is not there, and the rebound comes off again to Shorter. And Shorter comes in here really with house money, nothing to lose. They will not be in the Gulf South Conference tournament, so this is their last opportunity on a floor this season. And they just got to come in and try to see how well they can match up for as long as they can against these Lady Bulldogs. And Lucas right between 3 defenders and draws a foul. We mentioned that Shanique was held scoreless. That foul is called on Kierbo. And already a group of 5 comes in to spell the starting five in just 1 minute and 22 seconds. Mark Campbell, the head coach, will do this all game long. It's actually only 4 right now because Shanique is on the free throw line in the act of shooting. We mentioned she didn't score the other night, but she had 7 steals that led to 10 points for the Lady Bulldogs in their 69-49 victory over Lee. That was a big one. And she gets the second of the 2 to tie it up at 3. And they will, in case you've not seen Union play this season, they will shuttle in and out, at least in the first half. They'll do that about every 2 minutes. And that's because of the all-court pressure and doing everything possible that they can to preserve fresh faces out on the floor. And this is McCall. And they're going to go there. It looks like they are going to do what is not their customary talent, and that is from threes, because they're only 25% from the season, and they've already hit 2 of them. And Lauren West tried to get the answer, and it doesn't go, but an offensive rebound for Brooke Hampel. And open this time, and it is there for the 3. Leah Cobble. She nails it to make it a 6-6 game. They're going to scramble for it, and Union picks up the turnover. That's that full court pressure. And once again, it is Lauren West who can hit from anywhere on the floor. And timeout called by Shorter. So Union, with the alarm clock going off, leading it 9-6. Well, this is one in which you look at a Shorter team that on the season has struggled mightily from beyond the arc, and they hit 2 in the first quarter, and that was somewhat of a wake-up call. So now Union has decided to answer back, and they lead it 9-6 on those last 2 threes by Leah Cobble and by Lauren West. A Union victory today would make them 28-2. Now, I can tell you a lot about who their opponent would be in the Gulf South Conference tournament. They'll play the number 7 seed, whoever that is. There are any of 3 teams, and there are more probabilities than you would get in a college textbook as to who would wind up where. So I'm not really even going to go into that. We may know that during the men's game today. Union getting another turnover. And West again, and it goes just off the top of the iron. Now, they got numbers. They got a 2-on-1, and they go down for the layup. And it's a 9-8 game, so Shorter is trying to make this extremely competitive. We're only 3 minutes into this one. You look at it on paper, this pretty much has the ability of being a very high-scoring game for one of these teams. And they work the perimeter again. Hampel, who was tremendous against Lee, she and Emma Callis. And it is, once again, Lauren West nailing a 3 from the corner. And Union with a 12-8 lead. They're going to try to go for the home run ball, and it's going to be a race. And that's the second straight time they've beaten the press with the home run pass. A 12-10 game. And it is Shiley Morrison, and it's in and out. They scramble for it. McCall comes down with a rebound, and let's see if they call a foul. No, they call a jump ball, and the alternate possession goes to Union. 4th turnover for the Hawks. And West comes out, as well as Cauble, Morrison, Hampel, and Emma Callis. We figured we'd give them a curtain call as they all marched off the court. Yeah, this one is going to be one you're going to see the points go all over the place today. The 3, iron unkind for Courtney Zinson. Most of the starters are back in there again. That's knocked away, and it'll go back to Shorter. It's a much tighter game early, although that happens from time to time with Union, and it takes just sometimes even a full quarter for them to get cranked up. And you got to remember, we're only 4 minutes into this one. But I was surprised that Shorter came out firing threes. And the bank is there. Nice little head fake and an excellent bank shot by Lewis. Lucas thought about the 3. And Macy Lee stops, pops, banks, and hits. That's her first 2 of the game. And again, long one. That's too high, and it's stolen. And the 3. Nobody picked her up. Absolutely perfect for Courtney Zinson. So Union's offensive prowess is now beginning to take control with a 17-12 lead. But Shorter, again, as we point out, they have absolutely nothing to lose in this one. Tipped away, and Lucas, very calm with 2 players on her. Underneath, easy. Just deliver it to Macy Lee, and she's right there. Quick release, and Union with a 3-possession lead. And it is so exhausting for so many teams. Valdosta State is the only team, and they've done it twice, that has been able to figure out Union's all-court pressure. And that's why they lead the conference by 1 game and have sewn up the number 1 seed in the conference tournament. And a little bump foul charged to Keely Robinson. Mark Campbell will play his entire bench on this one. Checking out is Barge, and coming in is Lindsey Harden. Lindsey averages 6 a game for the Shorter team. Have such a beautiful campus in Rome, Georgia. That is one of the most gorgeous spots in the state of Georgia, where I am a native. It's a tremendous spin move, and really doing a great job of concentrating to stay on that. And Lewis with the offensive rebound in the basket. And Shanique rims off. And the foul on the backside, and so they'll play it out of bounds. That's only the 2nd team foul on Union. Now Mark Campbell begins to go to his 2-player shuttle. At the beginning of the game, sometimes the beginning of multiple quarters, he'll start bringing in 5 at a time. He's got Olivia Lee back in there. And Olivia has tied it up, and the alternate possession goes back to Shorter. Steve Beverly with the story here from Jackson, Tennessee on this Saturday afternoon, as we are finally in March. And we can't officially call it March Madness until this coming Tuesday night. And the steal, that's it. Down the stretch she goes. The steam engine puts up the smoke. And going for the bomb again and hitting 3 3-pointers in this first quarter for Shorter. Jazzy and Houston. And she has an interesting bank shot. That's high. It doesn't fall, but Macy Lee will shoot 2. The geometry was just a few degrees off on her left-handed bank shot. And checking back in for Union, Brooke Hampel and Shiley Morrison. And coming out is Ann Houston, as well as Courtney Zinson. And before the day's over, everybody's going to see some action for Union. Macy nails that one to make it a 22-17 lead. And gets them both. That's 6 for Macy. She and Lauren West are the leaders in the game. And she checks back out. Everybody stays fresh. A lot of these players don't have extraordinarily high scoring statistics. That's because so many players get into the scoring column. There's another steal. Timing it beautifully was Olivia Lee. That dangerous cross-court pass, but it works, and that's going to be traveling. Brooke had the opportunity to just lay one in, and she took a hop. Shanique Lucas will check out. She took a hop before she went in and is called for traveling. That is the first turnover of the game for the Lady Bulldogs. Shorter has coughed it up 8 times, and Union has picked up 12 points off those mistakes. And that one goes again. Oh, no. That one goes back to Union. The pass went off the back of the glass. I've called basketball games for 54 years, and I don't think I have ever seen that happen. But anyway, Union has the opportunity to capitalize off that. And they go in the corner. It's a volleyball tip. And it is there for Hampel. Well, that was not the way that play was designed, but it did work. And Union with its largest lead of 9 and tipped out of bounds, so the Hawks will play it. Union with 2.5 to go is already past the quarter century mark. They got to hurry to get this one across and open for the 3. Yes! 4 threes in the first quarter. And down the floor it goes, and they pick her up defensively. And they try the answer shot. It is there. Olivia Lee with her first 3 already. 7 Lady Bulldogs have scored in this first quarter. And it's 29-20. Checking in for the Hawks, Andrea Barge once again, and coming out is Turner. Almost stolen by Shiley Morrison. And the hook, nice little floating hook that goes through to make it a 29-22 game. And right through the defenders. Excellent job by Emma Callis. She is now the 8th Lady Bulldog to score in this first period. And Union with 31, and it's snatched right out of the hand. And look at that. Fake the dish off, and Emma Callis connects. They're at 33 here, and we still have more than a minute to go. They've given up 22 in the first quarter. That's more than Mark Campbell would like, I'm sure. But my goodness, when you're putting up this many, and they go for another one, well short this time, and Morrison the rebound. And look at this, the delivery underneath, no call. And they stay up front with 4 defenders and the foul. And that is going to be on Brooke Hampel. You know, we've only had 5 personal fouls called. You got 2 fouls on Keely Robinson and 1 on Brooke Hampel. So they're picking up with a new 30. And trying that's traveling. That was changing the pivot foot. Can't get away with that. So 11 turnovers now for Shorter. And here's the dish off. And going right down through the defenders. Once again, continuing her hot streak is Emma Callis with 6. And Union putting up a big 35 in this first quarter. Morrison wanted the steal. There's a big bomb that is short. And getting it through was Patterson. Union with a chance, wide open underneath, and they call a foul. No, they did not. Taking the ball to the floor, Leah Cauble missed the opportunity. She should have taken it right back up instead of that dribble. So Union with a 35-24 lead at the end of the first quarter, and we'll be back with the next 10 minutes right after these messages.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Union will have first possession as we begin the second quarter. Steve Beverly back live at Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, and it'll be Shanique Lucas to toss it in. You got 3 Lady Bulldogs with 6 points. Macy Lee, Emma Callis, Lauren West, Shanique Lucas with 5. 7, the game leader, is Patterson for Shorter. And to the corner. Look at that crisp passing that you see almost every single game. And the bomb. And the iron unkind. But picking it up again is Callis. Ann Houston wanted to go for it. And that's an over-the-shoulder 3 for Jazzy Ann Houston, a perfect screen set by Macy Lee. And again, the challenge for Shorter is how long can they last, just stamina-wise, going up against this all-court pressure all game long. And look at Lauren West as she challenges McCall. And the high bank is there. I've been very impressed with how Shorter is continuing their discipline in this game. They have not strayed from their game plan. They are double teaming Hampel, and there is West. And there is another 3. 3 for 5 from behind the arc for Lauren West, and her shooting touch, she was injured and was out for nearly a month. And her shooting touch has come right back. And there's a steal again. 12th turnover. The bomb is there. Shanique Lucas, and the minute the ball leaves her hand, she's already looking at who to pick up on defense. She doesn't waste time to celebrate, trying to get that steal, and Houston charged with the foul. That is the first team foul here in the second quarter. And Union, with 8 minutes and change remaining, is already nearly to the half-century mark. And I tell you what, Lucas nearly reached an outstretched hand and got that steal. Well, tournament time starts Tuesday night. We'll have it for you. All of the men's and women's game will be right here on the Flow Sports app. Here you go. Here goes the steam engine. The smoke is alive, and it is profuse. And timeout called by Shorter. So we got 7:46 to go in the first half. It's a 20-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Union up by 20 here in this final regular season game in the Gulf South Conference stretch, and they are playing the way they started the season, just with an offensive eruption. Even though Shorter got to a temporary early lead in the game. They had 6 of the first 9 points. And here you go again. The steam engine is cranked again. But she knows to slow it up. Here's the bomb. Macy had it short. And let's see if they're going to charge that one to Shiley Morrison. Yep, they are. They said that she reached across trying to get the offensive rebound. Macy will check out. Shanique Lucas, the game leader, with 10 points, and she's already got 3 steals. That's 10 steals in the last 2 games. And on the season, she's got 89. And the foul that time, it goes the other way, a reach-in foul. That's only the first foul on Shorter, so Union will play it on the side, and Shiley Morrison will go over to pick it up. Nope, instead they're going to send Olivia Lee over to toss it in and let Shiley set the play. And here they go again, looking right, got the screen. Lauren pushed it. I could tell it the minute it left her hand. But she just erases that from the memory banks very quickly. She's not afraid to shoot from anywhere. Look at that over-the-head pass, how accurate it is, and the 3 from the corner. Leah Cauble with 6. 9 Lady Bulldogs have put points. And that pass didn't have a lot of authority. It's going to be a one-on-one race to the basket. And the curl bank was there, almost in one motion by McCall. And Union threatening to go over the half-century mark very early in this second quarter. Quick release. The 3 is not there. And the rebound coming off to Patterson. And Union keeps that all-court pressure up. And the foul. That's probably on Caldwell since she went to the deck. That's the first on Leah. Kisharna Lucas comes in. That's Shanique's sister. And to toss it in, it's going to be Turner. No, it's not going to be a toss-in. It's a 2-shot foul opportunity for Lewis. And Tiara gets that one off the back of the iron. That's their first opportunity at the free throw line today. We have only had 8 fouls called in the game so far. Thursday night, the first half, there were only 4 fouls called, 24 in the second half. Tell you what, Zenson thought about that 3. And that one, the cut was just too wide. And the foul from behind. And that is the 4th team foul on the Lady Bulldogs in this period. sometimes those over-the-head passes that are long distance, they have timing patterns to them, and that one was just mistimed at the back end of the floor. And there's a steal. Well, Morrison thought that she had it, but they said it went off her fingertips last. She's another big thief on this Union team and gets a tremendous amount of rebounds for a point guard. And they're going to go inside. Went right off her foot. Quickly picked up. And another big bomb. And it is there for Courtney Zinson, her second three of the game, and Union has gone over the half-century mark. There's another steal. And the little floater, that was almost too casual for Shiley Morrison. I don't think she was expecting to be that open. And Jazzy Ann Houston checks back in for Union. And the Hawks have Patterson back in. Tipped again, and another turnover. Wide open for the three. No, off the back of the iron. Almost a steal again, and the foul will be on Courtney Zinson. And so that will put Shorter in the bonus with 5:07 to go. At the rate we're going, Union may indeed wind up somewhere with around 65 at halftime. So at the line for a couple, Amya Patterson, and she is an 88% free throw shooter, so you expect her to deliver. And she did. From Orlando, Florida, Apopka High School. And she nails it. Ann Houston is such a tremendous floor leader. Look at that kind of pass. And they've got it. Again, the mistake right there was Leah Cauble taking it to the floor. She was wide open, just one motion to the basket. She tried to go to the dribble, and that allowed the defenders to pick up on her. So Union loses out on an opportunity. They fake the long home run pass. They got to hurry to get this one in. They've made 18 turnovers in the first half. Now that is a bang, bang play, and it's an offensive foul. The 19th turnover. Union has already picked up 30 points off of mistakes by Shorter, with a 21-point lead. And you got two players attempting to set screens. And Kisharna loses it off her foot. Pardon me, that was Shanique losing it off her foot. She tried to go in with the dribble just a bit too quick. And they are double teaming and giving, and there's another offensive foul. Perfect position in that double team by Jazzy Ann Houston. And that foul was on Lewis. Shorter's only committed 2 fouls here in this second period. But Union has gone about 2.5 minutes in a bad pass, so the Lady Bulldogs give it up for the 4th time in this game. Union's gone more than 3 minutes without a score. And here's another turnover. And trying to save it, desperation. The 3 doesn't fall. Lady Bulldogs have gone a bit cold from outside now, although their percentage is still very high at 48%, 11 of 23. So Shorter tries to slow down the tempo because they have just been worn out having to go up and down the floor with this Lady Bulldog team. The bank, And the foul is going to be on Jazzy Ann Houston. That will be her second. And you got 2 more subs getting ready to come in for the Hawks. And coming in, Turner and Kierbo. And Tiara Lewis once again, 68% free throw shooter on the season. She didn't have to travel too far from home to attend shorter. She's from Marietta, which is, of course, where the Atlanta Braves Stadium is located now. And has a nice little reverse spin on her free throw. And Lauren West checks back in for Courtney Zinson. And Lucas, who is absolutely fearless in traffic. Big bomb. Short, but underneath. Can't get it there, but draws the foul. 2 offensive rebounds for Keely Robinson, but she'll have a chance to go to the free throw line. If she hits one of them, she'll be the 10th Lady Bulldog to score. I'll come down off that prediction of 65. That is really the roughest part of Keely's game, is she has a tendency to push the ball a little hard on free throws. And same thing happened. So Union has now gone almost 4 minutes without a steal. I said that because there was just a steal, 4 minutes without a basket. And I'm sure Mark is not happy with the precision they're showing at this stage. From the corner, the 3 is there. Brooke Hampel with 6. That's her second 3 and the 12th 3 of the game for Union. And they beat it down the floor as they've done 4 times already today with McCall hitting. Give her 6. And the big bomb over the shoulder. The 3 is short. Lucas speeds over the rebound. Now it is Lauren West for the 3. The game leader now with 12. And facing those 3 double tough defenders in the backcourt. Again, they take their time, getting close to the 2-minute mark, and the floater doesn't go. And scramble for the rebound, give it to West. Look at the speed on this team. Quick release, short. Union will play it. Lauren usually is right in range. Sometimes her quick release leads it to be a bit short. Jazzy Ann Houston just looks like she's gassed a bit here today. She has been all over that floor, chasing after every loose ball imaginable. Lady Bulldogs forcing 22 turnovers and getting 33 points off of them. That's uncanny. And the 33 points, just to put that in perspective, that's what Union's average is for an entire game for the season. 33 points off turnovers. So Shanique will toss it in. Macy Lee taking her time with it. And high off the glass and the foul. Now you want to see, look at the grins on the other Lady Bulldogs' faces. That was almost like the old-fashioned grandma shot, but she just tossed it up underhanded. She knew the defender was coming down on her and nailed it. Shanique with 12, and this would give her 13, and she delivers. Well, maybe I won't come off of that prediction yet. I said 65 at halftime. There's a chance. Watch again this swarming defense. And almost a steal once again. They're going to have to hurry to get it over midcourt. Just barely did with 1 second to go. Going for the bomb. Connecting. 5th three-pointer of the game for Shorter. Union says, okay, give us that. We'll come back down as quickly as possible and challenge you. There's so much speed on this Union team. And Lucas, really, you got to say she's the emotional leader on this ball club. And driving. Macy overshoots it. Goes to the deck. And that one's out into the crowd. I think that's near where my wife is sitting. She may have picked that one up. 49 seconds remaining, and you can see the enjoyment the locals are having here with this one on Senior Day at Union University. Lucas was trying to curl in the paint. This time it's Macy Lee. This time another three. They've hit 64. They're down to 17 on the game clock. Tip, steal. Let's see if she can take it all the way. They got to hurry. Shiley's holding it. They've got to get something off quickly. They do, and the foul. Perfect delivery on the inside for Brooke Hampel. So the prediction did hold true. I usually tell my director, Christopher Reasons, that don't pay any attention to any prediction I make, but I said 65. It looked a little grim when they went 4 minutes without scoring, and now they got a chance to make it 67. And she delivers. Shorter with perhaps one chance to throw a long one, but I don't even think she's going to try it. She's going to let the clock run out. Well, it has been an offensive showplace here in the first half as Union leads it 67-38. I think they may have set a record in one offensive category, and we'll tell you about that after our commercial break. But right now, let me go to the Flow Sports scorebook, and we'll tell you about the scoring. Lady Bulldogs have had 9 players to score in this game, and Shorter has had 8. Their leader is Amya Patterson. She has 9, and she has hit 1 3-pointer. Shorter, for a team that all season long has struggled mightily from behind the arc, 25%. They are shooting 63% from behind the stripe today. And you've got 5 different players that have hit 3-pointers for them. But it is Patterson with 9 and also Tiara Lewis with 9, their leading scorer for the season. So they have picked up 18 of the 38 points, and McCall has 6. And then you've got 2s and 3s the rest of the way for the Hawks. For Union, it is Shanique Lucas with 13, and after that Thursday night game in which Lee just throttled her and she couldn't score, but she came up with 7 steals. And we are going to show you for all of this as it goes here. You take a look at this total. Shanique, 13 points, 5 of 7 from the floor, and one of them 3-pointer, but she's got 4 steals here tonight. Amazing. And then 12 points for Lauren West. She is 4 out of 9 in 3-pointers. All of her shots have been from long distance. Brooke Hampel with 9, and she has had a 3-pointer today. And Macy Lee with 9. 6 points each, Leah Cauble and Courtney Zinson. And on Senior Day, some of the senior cheerleaders are being honored, and some of their parents are joining them during the course of today. So, halftime, your score, Union 67 and Shorter 38. Let's take a break and visit with our sponsors, and then we'll come back with your halftime team totals. Stay with us, everybody. Steve Beverly back with you live from Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee. Let's take a look at your Flow Sports halftime statistics. Now, if you look at this board, you would get the idea that Shorter is dominating this game. It's hard to believe with these numbers that they trail by 29 to Union, but here's the story. They have only put up 19 shots in the game, and they've done well brilliantly with their percentages, but we'll try to walk you through this. Shorter is 14 of 19 from the floor, a season high for them, 73%. Union is 24 of 45 for 53%. Three-point field goals, Shorter is shooting lights out 5 out of 8 for 62.5%. 63 we rounded up to, but Union's 48% is deceptive. They put up 29 threes and scored 14 of them. So, big difference. The percentages are misleading. Free throws. Shorter 5 out of 6 for 83%. Union 5 out of 8 for 63%. Again, a bit misleading. Rebounds. Shorter 17 to 10 the edge on Union, but the fact is they have picked up more rebounds because of more missed shots on the other end. But here is the category that is the difference as it is in most Union games. Shorter has coughed it up 24 times. Union only 4. This may be a new Union record for the first half. It's not for a game, but for the first half, this may be a new Union record. 39 points off turnovers with a 29-point lead, so that tells you something right there. Shorter has not been able to convert any of Union's turnovers into opponent. That is the factor in this game right here, is turnovers and how many Union has capitalized with off those mistakes. 39 in the first half. And their season average for an entire game is 33. So they are well beyond that tonight. So those are your halftime statistics brought to you by Flow Sports. Now, Union will be the number 2 seed. There is no opportunity for Shorter to get in because they are in 12th place in the conference. They won't get in. But Union, as the number 2 seed, will play either, and I'm going to get my sheet here so I don't mess this one up. It'll either be Mississippi College, that's the likeliest, but it could also be Delta State or Montevallo. Now, one of those 3 teams will be eliminated from the conference tournament after today. The question is, Montevallo is in, but it is, I'm going to go back and look again and make sure I get this one right. Mississippi College is in. The question is, will it be the 6th, 7th, or 8th seed? That's the big question. So during the men's telecast today, we will try to have information, because all the games should be completed by that time. We'll try to have information on who Union will play on Tuesday night in the first round of the conference tournament. But now let's get back to business right here. Starting with Union, first possession of the second half. In a comfortable 67-38 lead. Give and go. Right down with a left-hand layup, perfectly executed, and Houston to Zinson. And Courtney now with 8, and Union back to that hall court pressure and opens up with a steal. And there you go, that same give and go. She wasn't open. The Lee sisters try to exchange it. Now Macy's going to take it all the way down, puts it up a little bit too high off the glass. And it is a jump ball which will send the ball back down to Shorter. Macy struggles a bit with those layups, trying to get it timed well off the glass, and sometimes she overshoots. And they slowly bring it down, trying to get it across in the 10-second time limit. Made it with 2 seconds to spare. This Shorter team will not be playing in the Gulf South Conference next year. They've decided to go elsewhere, and slimming it down underneath. Excellent job, and following it the opposite end. That time, Macy had it timed perfectly, and will have a chance at a three-point play, so Union with a chance to make it 3 for 2. 35 points in the first quarter, 32 in the second for Union. Boy, this is a brilliant young lady with her major of cell and molecular biology. And the jumper inside the paint. That's a 2. They're going to scramble for it. It's knocked away, and so Union will play it. Smart move by Zinson because her momentum might have knocked it out off her fingertips. And already in a minute and a half, here comes, I'm reluctant to call them the second 5, but let's just say Team 1A, they come in because Union loses absolutely nothing with this group. All of these young ladies get so much playing time, and that's part of the secret to this offense. Somebody has to come and help out. Boy, Lauren West with that long pass and driving the lane. It is Brooke Hampel. She's in double figures with 11. Lauren West, that left-handed pass, and she hasn't. They're going to go for the bomb. And they get the bank shot. That's the 5th time today that they have been able to execute away from the all-court pressure with the home run pass. Lauren for the 3. No. But they get the offensive board, and on the inside, it's blocked. The follow is there. Leah Cauble. Give her 8. And they're going for it again, and they have left themselves vulnerable too many times this afternoon. As Mark Campbell will often say, our weaknesses are exposed as we approach conference time. You figure that they will be, because this team has absolutely nothing to lose by making those kinds of challenges. Quick release 3 is not there. And scrambling, and it's going to go back to Shorter. And as we mentioned, some of these players are absolutely gassed. Now let's see what the whistle is. Now, I'm not sure what that call is. And apparently there was a violation. We could not see it from our vantage point. Lauren trying to set that screen. From the corner. Leah was short with that one, but they get the offensive board. Union has been crashing the glass better, even though they trailed 17-10 in rebounding in the first 2 periods. They got to hurry to get this one off. And Lauren with the floater gets the Plinko drop. Lauren with 14 now. And Union 77-46. They're headed to get, at this pace, if it keeps up, they're headed to get 90 before this period ends. Quick release. Not there. They scramble and can't get the follow. And she would not be denied. Brooke Hampel comes away with it. Union has numbers. It's 3-on-2, and they can't deliver. And we've got an injury down at the opposite end. Let's take a break real quick, and hopefully this is not anything serious. Let's take a quick timeout. It was Derica McCall that went to the floor, and they've helped her out, and they're over taking a look at her right now. We hope it's not a knee or anything like that, but she was really stunned. It might be just a quick, what we hope is that it's just a calf situation, maybe a cramp. And so they are going to take a look at her and make sure she's okay. With Union on top 77-46 in. They are bringing down the curtain on the season, and the officials are going to go back over and take a look where the clock officially is supposed to be. And I am trying to keep you updated on stats, but we are having some issues here and there with our sidearm. I won't go into all these details because they don't mean anything to you at home, but we've had a few issues with the company that updates our stats, and now we finally have it, and hopefully we will be back where we can give you the updated totals. They just recycle back to our halftime statistics. 14 points. Lauren West is the game leader right now. 13 for Shanique Lucas, 11 each for Macy Lee and Brooke Hempel. And they're triple teaming. Almost impossible to get it away. And Union will not get the steal. Look at how fast Leah Cauble comes down to pick them up. But an excellent spin move. And the bank shot goes through to make it a 77-48 game. Back door. It is to Lauren West. Short. And you had two players going after it, and they both succeeded in knocking it away. Patterson is the leader for Shorter with 11, and Derica McCall has 10. And Derica is the one who had to check out, at least we hope, just momentarily. Again, that intense double-teaming pressure. Mark has most of his starters back in, except for Keely Robinson in with it. And that will be turnover number 27. Union has picked up 41 points off turnovers. They had 39 at halftime. Big bomb. Three is there for Zenson. That was a perfect follow-through with a left-hand push to it. Courtney now in double figures with 11. Her game is really picking up as we get close to the end of the season, and people love to see that. There's another tip and a steal. It's a 2-on-1, and the pass is too high. Oh, my goodness. Macy Lee was wide open, but the pass was too wide. And they go for the bomb from the corner, and it's not there. Macy with the rebound. And they dished it inside to Keely Robinson, and she went up with the left hand and drew the foul. And we've got a media timeout. We will take it just for that reason. 4.5 minutes to go. Union up 80-48.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Keely Robinson at the free throw line for Union. The Shorter team has shot 70% from the floor today, which is way above its season average of 37. The problem is they've only been able to put up 27 shots in the 3 periods. And when you can't play the kind of defense to challenge a speed merchant like Union, it doesn't matter whether you shoot 70 or 80%, chances are you're going to be on the short end of the score. Robinson, the young lady from Paris, Arkansas, misses the second one. And almost stolen. And in fact, Ann Houston did steal it. That was like just watching a flash. Her speed is absolutely unmeasurable. And the bomb. Nope. Iron unkind. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on Keely Robinson. That's the first team foul of the quarter on Union, so they'll just play it underneath. That is the third foul on Keely. But with the score as it is, I don't think Mark Campbell is terribly worried about it. Almost tipped away by Zenson. Now, they're going to have all kinds of trouble getting this one across midcourt, and they did not. 10-second violation, and again, that is Union all-court pressure. Now, we've seen 6 times today that Shorter has been able to go with a home run pass to beat that pressure, but when it starts all the way down at the end line, it is very, very hard to get a player open. So we're under 4 minutes in the third period. This one has gone by very fast. And up the middle, the floater goes. Jazzy Ann Houston with 5. Took about 3 drops before it fell. Yeah, I would call that a Plinko drop. Good spin move. And a nice basket delivered. Excellent job by Patterson, who has 13. And she has been the star today for this Shorter team. Got the screen, but they wipe it off. It looks like an offensive foul charge to Keely Robinson, and that will be her 4th. And Mark Campbell is about to send in, I think, half the population of the next county as substitutes. And here they go again with that deep all-court pressure and finally speeding their way out of it and almost losing it. And they did. 31st turnover for Shorter. Union is getting close to 50 points off turnovers in this game. And the foul. Now let's see if they call that in the process of shooting. It's debatable. I think they're going to play it underneath. So Shiley Morrison will toss it in. Just less than 3 minutes. Down the baseline, the hook doesn't go up high enough. Olivia tried to get that hook in. She was trying to bank, and it might have been better just to try to see if she could sneak it straight away. And again, I'm trying to look and see. I think we got some additional players that haven't been in the game so far. And a big one from the corner to make it 83-53. And that is the 6th three-pointer of the game and a big long bomb that doesn't go. Hampel had the range, but it hit the iron too quick. And right through the defenders. Anna McCready has checked in for Union. It's good to see her getting some playing time. She sets that screen. Big long bomb. Lauren West. She is Miss Dependable, 17 points today. And timeout is called once again by Lashina Brooks. We'll be back in a moment. Both teams back on the floor. Shorter will play it. Patterson and Lewis with 13 points each for Shorter. McCall has 10. And let's see how Lashina Brooks plays this one out of the timeout. And again, you almost saw a triangle there in an attempt to slow down their pace. They did get it over with about 3 seconds remaining. They're trying to get movement to get some separation from this Union team, but it's almost impossible except on a play like that. And Lewis with 15. And they're going to work it down the paint. And the jumper curls off for Lauren. The Shorter team, it has been a real struggle this season, and to some degree you could not blame them if they just wish the season was over already, but they have come in here, and even though they are down by nearly 30, they have fought and have stayed disciplined to their game plan. Union will play it again with a little less than a half minute and a new 20 on the shot clock. So you have to hand it to them for continuing to stay with what Lashina Brooks has been coaching them to do all season long. It's just hard to handle when you're up against a juggernaut like Union. Quick release, jumper, 3. Lauren West with 20. And I just saw Carlos Spencer in the crowd next to Buster Bulldog. And they're going to go for the bomb from the corner. Too much. And the foul was called right before, but it's not going to be a shooting foul, I do not believe. And so let's see what I hope they're not going to have to go over and take a look at the clock, but apparently they say it is a shooting foul. And so Patterson will go to the line for 2. There is no time on the clock, and I think the official's going to put 0.3 of a second, so there's not really going to be any kind of answer to that. And the officials are talking it over, and now both teams are trotting off the court. We're going to find out, well, if they put 0.3 of a second back, it's not going to matter. Yeah, they're going to come over and take a look at it. You know, sometimes the officials take a lot of unnecessary and unfair criticism for doing things like that. Those are the rules that they are expected to go by, and that if there's a question mark of how much time was on the clock when they called a foul, they go over and take a look at it. Yes, it does disrupt the continuity of a game, but in defense of that, and I've heard so many people who are just quick to jump and snap about that. The problem is the rules with replay they are required to go over there to try to get it back, get it right. So they put 0.4 of a second on the clock. Patterson to the free throw line. She's made both of hers so far today. And got the friendly roll. And a chance to give her 15. And she does. 30-point Union lead. There was no way that Shiley Morrison was going to sling that ball all the way down the floor. So we've completed 3 from Fred DeLay Gym. It is Union 89, Shorter 59. So good. So good. So good. Ba-ba-bum. We had to have you a musical interlude to come back from that. Sweet Caroline, the most popular pep song of the last 50 years in collegiate sports. And the Union University pep band. And there's a steal right off the bat as we begin the fourth quarter. And Mark Campbell is giving a lot of his less experienced players an opportunity, and that one just simply got off the hands of Lauren West. Sharna Lewis is back in the game. That's Shanique's sister. And Shanique is in the game with her. They're down to 9 on the shot clock, so they have to hurry with this. She's going to have to pull up and throw up a prayer, and that one wasn't answered. And you can see Lashina Brooks is intense over there trying to direct where her team should have been offensively. Remember, we'll have the men's half of this doubleheader about 25 minutes after the completion of this game right here on Flow Sports. And taking it all the way home, and it just bounds out. Shanique has been quiet since sometime in the second quarter. She has 13 points in the game. 4 steals, so between today and last Thursday, 11 steals for Shanique Lucas. And it's going back to Union. So we've gone a minute and a half and nothing has happened, at least on the scoreboard. And look how fast Jazzy Ann Houston powers it down. And Jazzy's going to do that over the shoulder 3, and it's off the mark again. Shanique wanted to get that steal, but couldn't quite come away with it. The fans wanted her to have one because that would have been almost like going to the house. And Mark Campbell getting ready to bring in a couple of subs. Bank is not there. And here goes Jazzy on the run. Always looking for the open player. Quick release for Shanique, and now the alarm clock has reawakened her with 16. And that's her second three-pointer. Mark Campbell calls a quick timeout to bring in Brooke Hampel, and let's see who else is in there. And Emma Callis. And let's see if they're going to take a, it's a 30-second time. We're not going to take a break right here. Well, they are going to take one. So we'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Union has forced 33 turnovers in this game and has collected 46 points off those mistakes. Chances are you're going to win if you do that. And comfortably ahead by 32, even though they've only made one basket here in this first 2.5 minutes of the final quarter. The Union Bulldogs are still in a must-win situation to be able to get into the conference tournament. They knock it away again. Turnover number 34. Down the baseline, reverse layup way too high. And trying to snatch it away, Union will have alternate possession as Brooke Hampel tries to control it. Olivia Lee checks back in, and coming out is Kasharna Lucas. There you go. Jazzy was open, but they picked her up very quickly. The three, in and out. This Shorter team has done a good job rebounding today. They lead Union 32-20 off the glass. Unfortunately, they haven't been. And look at that. You have to watch about that because Olivia really stretched her knee on that one, and you don't want to see something like that have a hyperextended knee because she's going to go after every loose ball. That's going to be on Anna McCready. Reach-in foul. And we got subs coming in for Shorter. And McCall, it's good to see her back in the game because she really took a spill earlier and looked as though she might have had a knee problem. Traveling is called, said she took a step before she went in toward the basket. Turnover number 35. And here we go once again. Jazzy Ann Houston, 6 assists today and 3 steals. That's where her totals come up into the games. And driving fast, and the foul. Perfect drive, and going in for the three-point play will be Olivia Lee. She had an early three in the game and has been relatively quiet since then, but short. As we approach the 6-minute mark. And Shorter will, that's off the foot of Emma Callis. Keely Robinson, Lauren West check back in. This is, again, a Shorter team that they'll be looking at different opponents next season and what they hope will be a little less travel. That has been one of the challenges for them because of the extended distances that you have to go. And this is a very spread out conference. And they're trying to get a screen to go to the inside, and did. Nice little floater. Lauren for the three. Yes! That is her 7th three, 23 points today. She has had a monster afternoon, and this is the perfect time for her to be gelling as we approach the conference tournament. And that one's off the mark. And that is a foul reaching in, and that is only the second team foul of the period. And the foul is charged to Turner. That is her third. Now, Valdosta State and Union are both likely to reach the South region of the Division II. That bank is off the mark, regardless of the tournament finish. And the three is there once again. Shiley Morrison with her first three of the game. That is the 19th three, and they steal it right back. Trying another one. Nope. But they scramble, and Lauren's going to put up a two and connect. Lauren West on fire this afternoon, 25 points. 7 threes, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And Union has broken the century mark. And again, slowing it down, the tempo, because they just simply cannot run with this Union team. And that pass was just a stray. A little bit of a desperation. And checking in for the Lady Bulldogs, Sierra Stedman. And you hear a big hand. She's such a popular young lady. She does not get a lot of playing time, but I got to meet some members of her family who are here again today. I got to meet some of them Thursday night, and it was a real pleasure. They watch the games on Flow Sports when they cannot be here. And I know they're tickled to death to be able to see Sierra get in here as we approach the final 4 minutes. And the hook goes off the mark, and she picks up a rebound and scrambles, dominates it. And again, a lot of rotation in this Union offense, trying to get separation. And that young lady, look at that one, off to the right. She can handle the ball dribbling as well. Dribble penetration and the left-hand one-hander. 27 for Lauren West, and timeout is called. 3:14 to go. Union up 103-61.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt as to who the Flow Sports player of the game is going to be. She just checked out, and that is Lauren West. 27 points today, 10 of 20 from the field, 7 3-pointers, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. she had a career afternoon today, 27 points, and coming back from the injury that sidelined her for the better part of 4 weeks. It was great to see her have the kind of day that she has had. And she has earned the opportunity to be able to sit out the rest of the way. And Shorter again slowing the tempo. They've got to hurry, slapped away. Stedman is being pesky. They put up a floater and it goes. 103-63. And another steal, but it's picked. Nope, Shiley can't keep up with it. And the bank is short, but the follow doesn't go. That time Shiley Morrison comes down with it. That's her 4th rebound. Shiley has had 8 assists and 5 steals today. She's had her defenses in first-class shape. Tipped out. Union will play it as we are close to the 2-minute mark. Courtney Zinson checks back in, and coming out is Keely Robinson. 11 Lady Bulldogs have scored in this afternoon's contest. And the big bomb. It's there. Sierra Stedman gets into it. And her family members are up off their feet. Under 2 minutes remaining. It has been a showcase for the Lady Bulldogs this afternoon, and particularly with Lauren West, although the team has 5 players in double figures. And in our post-game show, we'll tell you who all of them are. For the 3, off the mark. Early on, this Shorter team went to the 3 in the first quarter and actually got an early lead in the contest. And this is a, well, let's see, this is a substitution timeout, so it was nothing other than that, just to allow some of the other players to get into the contest. Mark Campbell has totally emptied his bench this afternoon. Watch Shiley drive, and then the big 3. Nope, short. Getting it back outside, almost a collision. There you go, wide open underneath. They absolutely missed the defensive call on that one. And McCall delivered. And turning around for the bank shot, and Stedman with 5. So she's made the most of the time she's been in the contest, and Union, I don't know that they will take another shot at the basket this afternoon unless they get a steal in the next 9 seconds. And again, the rotation continues, and that's blocked, but they're going to call a foul. And that is on Courtney Zinson. "12 Lady Bulldogs in the scoring column this afternoon. 8 for Shorter. Everybody who has been in the game for Shorter has delivered. And that one hangs up on the lip for Barge. 13 rebounds today for Tiara Lewis. She is the game-high leader with that. We always try to look for all the positives that are there on both of these teams, and Lewis has been all over the boards today, and 4 assists as well. I don't think, well, Union does, they don't have to, but they're going to try and go right down the lane, and the bank is there. Shiley Morrison with 5, and Union hitting the 110 mark. And I think they're just going to skate the game timeout and let it be. And they stand at the Fred as this team, which is among the elite in Division II college basketball, registered another triple-digit finale as they defeat Shorter 110-68. So we'll run down your totals. It was 67-38 at halftime. And Mark played a lot of his less experienced players more in the second half, and particularly in the fourth quarter. Let me give you the totals for Shorter. A double-double for Tiara Lewis today, 15 points, 13 rebounds. She added 4 assists as well. She played a terrific game this afternoon, make no mistake about it. Their leader was Anya Patterson with 17, and she had a three-pointer as well, 5 rebounds and 2 assists, and had 3 block shots as well. That usually does not happen to a Union team, to have 3 blocks against them. And then you had McCall and Harden with 10 each. But terrific afternoon for Lewis with that double-double. For Union, 5 players in double figures, 11 each for Courtney Zenson. She had 3 threes. Union had 23 pointers in this game today. Macy Lee with 11. She had 1 3. And 11 points for Brooke Hampel. She had 2 threes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 15 points for Shanique Lucas, and she had 4 steals as well. And that gives her on the season 89. And she's just continuing to be so pesky on opposing teams. But the big gun, and as we mentioned to you, the leader today, and it was her afternoon, unquestionably, Lauren West. 7 3-pointers, 4 rebounds, 17 pointers, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And also 10 of 20 from the floor overall, 27 points. She is our Flow Sports player of the game. And let's also credit Shiley Morrison, 8 assists in today's game and 5 steals. Her defensive numbers shooting up once again. But Lauren West, our player of the game, much congratulations to her. So Union wins it, and they are the number 2 seed in the Gulf South Conference tournament that we'll have for you right here on Flow Sports on Tuesday night, hopefully during the men's half of the doubleheader. Hi, I didn't know you were there. Hopefully during the men's half of the doubleheader, we'll let you know who their opponent is going to be. More than likely Mississippi College, but it could be somebody else. So that wraps it up from here. About 26 minutes from now, we'll have the men's half of this doubleheader as Union and Shorter play. It is again critical after their victory on Thursday night. It is critical for Union to win this one to win its way into the number 8 seed in the Gulf South Conference tournament. So that's crucial for them. Also could bring them to the 500 mark for the season. So we wrap it up with Union winning it. And so this is Steve Beverly saying so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee, where your final score was Union 110 and Shorter 68. This has been a presentation of Flow Sports, the Gulf South Conference, and its member institutions. Good afternoon, everybody.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, Flow Sports proudly presents Gulf South Conference basketball. And we have a very special presentation before we begin introducing the starting lineups tonight. And this is a very special presentation from First Bank, that because of their very special connection with Union University basketball, the games have been absolutely free for fans to attend this season, and it has made a huge difference. Well, it is Union University hosting Shorter's Hawks, and today for Union, it is do or die, because a win, they will be in the Gulf South Conference tournament on Tuesday night. They would be on the road to take on the number 1 seed West Georgia. If they lose and Montevallo loses as well, then Union would still be in. But it's much better if you take care of business yourself, and that's what they hope to do. There's the starters being introduced. Jonathan Hope, Chris Cole, Micah Hodges from Carrollton, Georgia, and Brent Bowman, the 6'3" freshman from Ringgold, Georgia, which is really just outside of Chattanooga, not far at all from the campus of Shorter in Rome, Georgia. And now here comes the light show, and here come the Bulldogs. Jordan Pike, one of the top freshmen in the entire Gulf South Conference. Devaki Gar, another impressive freshman from Murfreesboro. Parker Applegate, who had some tremendous rebounds in the 84-68 victory over Lee on Thursday night. Lane Sarver, 4 3-pointers this past Thursday night, and the senior, Jeremiah Littlepage. And there you have it. And the critical point for the Bulldogs will be to try to dictate tempo in this game for Shorter. It's to try to keep their emotions as high as they possibly can. It has been a difficult season. They're 3-24. They have lost 22 consecutive games. They haven't had a victory in 2024. They would love to be able to close this out tonight playing spoiler. They come in averaging 71 points a game, Union 78. But the stats really mean nothing right now. It is all for them something to try to put a bow on the season with something positive. And Littlepage will jump it with Hodges. And on this Saturday afternoon, let the games begin. It is senior day for the Bulldogs. At halftime, we will have some ceremonies honoring the women's seniors, and extending the body high, Jordan Pike, who is playing like a senior, even though he is a freshman. They work one-on-one against Gar and go to and that one just lipped out on the attempted bank shot. Union with that big 84-68 victory over Lee. That was crucial this past Thursday night to keep them in contention and going up, drawing the foul is Jeremiah Littlepage. And full disclosure, I taught this young man as a freshman, and he has just the biggest heart that you can possibly imagine. And in and out. He has really improved his free throw shooting percentage up to 71%. And this is one of those games, even though Union won the first meeting between these two 100-95 back in January, you got to have everything you can possibly get, whether the clock is stopped or running. And you just have to believe this Shorter team is going to play today as if this was a championship game for them. The little floater goes through. And Bowman with the first basket for the Hawks. Gar tried to extend the left hand up and couldn't make it fall. The Hawks had a number of leads when these two teams met in Rome back in January. And a big bomb. Iron unkind. And the follow doesn't go. Trying another one. On the other side, it doesn't go. And finally, coming up with the rebound is Lane Sarver. Excellent goal line defense on the part of the Bulldogs. And going up, unable to make the bank, but drawing the foul is Jordan Pike. He definitely does not want his season to end today. This will be the final game of the year for Wade Anderson and his Hawks. But for Dave Niven and the Bulldogs, they want at least one more on Tuesday night, even though they would have to travel to Carrollton, Georgia for it. So Union starting out a bit jittery from the free throw line, missing their first three. Pike, a 65% free throw shooter. And gets it. It is a perfect day outside. Temperatures moved up to about 66 degrees after a few cold days here in West Tennessee, but the action is much warmer here on the inside. There's a lot of rotation in this Shorter offense. They try everything they can to get screens and separation from the defenders. And a nice left to right move on the part of Atchley. And Shorter takes the lead at 4-3. Got a double spin move, and the fall away just does not drop. Iron unkind for Lane Sarver. Pardon me, folks. We're getting late in the season. Pike is working one-on-one against Atchley. And trying again. Going for the big bomb with 8 left on the shot clock. Well short. That one was tipped. Here goes Applegate. And his curl does not go. He released it just a bit too soon. His arm was already on the downward flight when he let go of that one. Man-to-man defense being employed by the Bulldogs. And from the corner, the three is too long for Bowman. And Union chose just to let that one go. 3.5 minutes into this one, very low-scoring affair. Union got out to an early lead against Lee, which made its runs on Thursday night, but the Bulldogs never surrendered that lead. Not even a tie. From the corner, the three is there for Applegate. Now, he doesn't shoot too many threes, but you'll take anything you can get from him as a bonus. And trying for the answer shot. Not there for Atchley. This is a team that shoots 36% in three-pointers. Gar, who has a very low center of gravity, keeps that ball very, very close to the body. The three, not there. Hit the iron just a little bit too far right. And trying to slow things up is Tillman. And they work one-on-one against Gar, and a collision, and Gar charged with the foul. That's the first one against the Bulldogs, and we have timeout. So, a little bit less than 5 minutes remaining, and the Bulldogs lead it by 2. It's been an up-and-down season for Dave Niven and the Union Bulldogs. They started out a bit slow, and then they had some strong victories leading into the Christmas break. And they had about 3 games, both here and away, that they had the control of, and it got away from them in the final 2 to 3 minutes of the contest. Otherwise, you might be talking about a team that wouldn't be worried about winning this game to get in to the Gulf South Conference tournament. Fall-away jumper is there, nicely navigated by Chris Cole. He's from Lawrenceville, Georgia, that place that has the big water tower that says Gwinnett is great, referring to the county. Wide open was Applegate, but they didn't see him. Fall away by Johnson, and he just simply did not have a good look at that basket. He was actually looking right and tried to force that one in. Ahmad Johnson, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. And he had himself an outing on Thursday night against Lee with his 26 points. Tipped away, and it's going back with 7 on the shot clock to Shorter. And again, a rather shaky start to this game. Shorter with shooting 3 out of 10, 30%. Union 25. Jumper is way right. Sarver tries to calm it down a bit. And turnaround is there. Jeremiah Littlepage rocked everybody to sleep and then rocked it in. That's his first basket of the afternoon. And they work it down the baseline and had it blocked. And checking in, J.T. DeBuck and Dijon Yordovich for the Bulldogs. And the big hope for Shorter in this game today, and that one just simply got away. And it's almost like it was shot out of a cannon, and unfortunately for Union, wide open was Hodges. That's great concentration to stay with that one the way that the Hawks did, and so they've tied it up. And the little floater goes through for Ahmad Johnson. In case you didn't see it, Union women, winners 110-68. They had already sewn up the number 2 seed in the conference tournament. They and Valdosta State are 1-2 in the Division II South region. Trying to get that one up, but couldn't get it in the window was Hodges. And we have, I think, it's almost like bringing a car in for a 4-tire change for both of these teams right now with substitutions checking in. So the Hawks will play it underneath their own goal. That's a design play for that handoff. And drawing the foul, it's Tillman, and the foul is charged to J.T. DeBuck. Very, very low score for this point in the first half. And we're approaching the second media timeout. Quick hands of DeBuck almost navigate with that one away. Shorter again, when you talk about a team that has a season like they have and on the drive, traveling. They say that Tillman dragged his foot. A team that has had the kind of season that Shorter has, they actually have some impressive numbers in different categories. They're shooting 47% from the floor, but they just have not been able to finish games well. And again, look at that weave, but almost cost him, and in fact it did, force the turnover. Sometimes DeBuck's reckless abandon ends up costing him a turnover, and that was one example of it. They go for a line drive three that is not there. They are 0 for 5 from behind the arc, are the Hawks. They were trying for a wide angle bounce pass and not able to make the hook shot fall is Jordovic. He got about 3 bobbles out of it, but it wouldn't drop. And we're under 12 minutes to go in this first half. It is zooming by. And they're getting the crowd pumped up a bit. Turnaround jumper. And getting a fine, friendly bounce off of it was Bowman. He has 4. So we're all deadlocked. Pike, who just has been so impressive, he has had 6 Freshman of the Week honors in the Gulf South Conference. And he is just going to be a monster to hold on to. Nice job of the steal by DeBuck. And look at the bounce pass and knocked away. And that was a great desperation move to block the layup that surely was coming from Johnson. And we'll have his free throws right after you see these messages.
Your life, your home,
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Wade Anderson drawing up what he wants to see, particularly on offense. We're tied at 10 with just a few pieces of change, less than 11 minutes to go. And both teams have struggled from the floor both of them shooting 33% or fewer. Union in this game has not been going to the well from behind the arc as they did quite often early against Lee on Thursday night. They're 1 out of 2 for 50%. Shorter's had a tough time of it, has missed all 5 attempts at three-pointers. And here's Ahmad Johnson. Gets that friendly bounce. Johnson very dependable from the line. 79% free throw shooter. He delivers both of them. And that gets Union out of a slight rut because they were 1 out of 4 from the line before those. Excellent fake and the bank shot. Terrific job by Ian Reith. He's one of the 2 community college transfers who came from Chicagoland. And the big long bomb by Johnson. It rims off. And the game now for Union is Isaiah RCA Victor. All right, they keep it around the perimeter right now, but they love to go back door if they can sneak somebody open underneath. Instead, go for the 3. That's 6 in a row they've missed. And for the season, they're 36%. That's not a bad percentage for any Division II college team. And from the corner, the 3 is there. So RCA Victor gives Union a 3-point lead. And again, just notice how the ball stays around the perimeter, and then they try to get somebody inside like that, and that's exactly what happened. He went right through the defenders, and Bowman with 6 to lead the Hawks. And the answer back down at the opposite end of the floor for JT DeBuck. So he's on the board. 6 Bulldogs have already scored, and 5 shorter players. And once again, he's going to try to go down the right side, but very quickly was picked up by Johnson, who's an excellent defensive player. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Knocked away. So they will have 2, and I think they're sending in the population of half the county in as substitutes. Dave Niven brings in 4 fresh faces. Bowman will toss it in. So they've got about enough time, and that's exactly what they wanted. Now let's see. And the basket good and the foul. Ricky Knight Jr., who is a graduate student from Fayetteville. And an out. That was their first trip to the free throw line. So this one's staying very tight. Little Page, who's back in there and gets the perfect geometry off the back of the glass. He has learned much, much more, and in his senior year, he's matured so much that you don't have to pound it in. You just put it up softly off the glass. From the corner, the bomb is there. Knight has come into the game and delivered 5 in a row. Trying for the answer, and it is. Devaki Gar. And now Union beginning to get a rhythm in long-distance shooting. 4 out of 7 now from behind the arc. And going right into 2 defenders, and traveling is called, and that was largely due to Union's double-teaming defense. So we got another timeout. Union on top by 3. And as Wade Anderson, again, who has done a good job of getting his Hawks in a position to continue to challenge Union at both ends of the floor. And as I mentioned, Dave Niven, a big challenge for any team like Union, knowing they have to win to get into the conference tournament and make the postseason, is not to look on a team like Shorter coming in, having lost 22 of 23 conference games, as any kind of a pushover. They're anything but when you get to the final regular season game. You got to believe they're going to leave everything on the floor this afternoon. And it would wipe out a lot of tough memories on this season if they could come in here and knock off Union and potentially knock them out of the postseason. He's trying to double team Littlepage. And his turnaround hook will not go. And he got it right back on the tip from Applegate. Here's the three. No. And high for the rebound is Knight Jr. So Shorter, another opportunity to close within one or to tie it. And both teams have finally eclipsed 40% in the shooting. Beautiful give and go inside to Cole. And there are some fans who have made their way here and are giving some enthusiasm to this Shorter team for the three. No, bank shot in. I said no, it looked like it was going off the back of the iron. I can tell you, Devaki Gar practices banking in those three-pointers every day in practice. And if you believe that, I have swampland in Florida that I can sell you at a bargain. He was lucky, to be honest with you. And going by Littlepage, and Jeremiah got a piece of it, but it's going to go back to the Hawks. I can tell you, banking three, back in the days of John Wooden at UCLA, the legendary John Wooden, and all of those national championships that he won, is we didn't have a three-point line at that point in time, but a lot of his players shot long-distance shots that would have been threes, and many of them, and that's going to be a 30-second violation. That doesn't go, even though he banked in a three. The buzzer had already gone off. But he actually taught them how to bank in long-distance shots. And you'd see some during the UCLA games in that era that you would not believe that would go in and would just hit right off, kiss off that window in the glass. Turn around, and Jeremiah couldn't get it high enough. So once again, Bulldogs a little bit out of sync when it comes to just the precision of those baskets in the paint. They've only managed to get 6 points in the paint today, and here's one from the corner. It's right through the heart for Knight Jr. He's the game leader now with 8. Here's Gar, had it knocked away. And checking back in is Jordan Pike. And he is going to give Applegate a spell. So let's see how Dave Niven plays this one. Bulldogs now at 43% from the floor. Littlepage it just seems to gain more and more confidence with his experience. Down to 4 on the shot clock. The floater is there by RCA Victor, and give him 5. So Union back to the 3-point lead as we approach the 5-minute mark in the first half. This is one of these games that you might look at and say first team to 70 wins. That one off the iron, and reaching in for the foul is Tillman. That's the 14th foul. So Union will play it right in front of the scorer's table. 7 Bulldogs have penetrated the scoreboard this afternoon. Got to get Sarver to hit one of those threes like he did on Thursday night when he was red hot. And here you go. Pike with that tremendous ball handling ability. Now they're under 10, and look at the speed, and on the drive, Gar was fouled. He has that intense speed. And that's the 15th foul, but they say he was in the act of shooting, and so Gar will go to the line. He's Union's leader this afternoon with 6. And he's from 2 hours down the road in the state capital. I should say up the road in Nashville. Bowman checks back in for Shorter. And Devaki with 8 now and delivering both free throws, and you would expect him to as an 84% free throw shooter. So Union with its largest lead so far, but only by 5. And this Shorter team has been playing competently enough that they could erase that very quickly. Look at the rotation that they have around the perimeter and now try to go to the inside. And the reverse layup was just overshot and knocked out of bounds. Desperately trying to save it was Hodges. Hodges couldn't get it up high enough for a bank, and it hit the iron, and unfortunately for Shorter, they give it up. Not a lot of turnovers in this game. Union has given it up 2 times, and Shorter 4. On the inside, that fake and spin move, and looked and in and out, but he gets the offensive board. Is it? Yes! Look at the smile that hits Pike's face. I mean, he was not going to be denied on that one, and to turn around and in almost one fell swoop get that basket is something else. We'll have his free throw right after this.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Steve Beverly back with Gulf South Conference basketball live from Jackson, Tennessee. Dave Niven is seeing his team extend the lead ever so slightly. They're now at a 3-possession margin with a chance to go up 8 as Pike attempts to complete the 3-point play, and it's been balanced scoring across the board for Union. Pike would match Gar's. Gar's got 8 now. Pike would match. Well, I'm looking back at my totals here. He would actually be number 2 in scoring for Union if he collects this one. Short. And tipped back into the hands of Pike. That was Jeremiah Littlepage staying with it. The 3 is short. And the rebound to Hodges. Hodges averages 4 boards a game. And the pep band trying to get the fans stirred up. From the corner, the 3. Iron was unkind for Bowman. Now Union, with a long bomb, could go up 10 for the first time in this game. And a tripping foul, and that's going to be on Bowman. That's only the 6th team foul, so that's the 2nd foul on Bowman. Tillman also has 2. Union has only committed 3 personal fouls in this first half, as we are right on the cusp of the 3-minute mark. And Gar, again, the leading free throw shooter on this team, and forced it. And tipped it right back into the hand. Well, they finally came down with it after a scramble. Knight Jr. possessed it. So Union missed an opportunity there to try to drive the train up a little bit higher on the track. Shorter with 10 on the shot clock. The 3 is there for Atchley. That's his first bomb of the afternoon, and he has 5. Shorter staying close in this one. Every time Union gets it out to a 3-possession lead, the Hawks tend to make their run. And Littlepage, I don't know how many spins he did there, but it was like watching Wheel of Fortune go around and around, and he won the big money. Getting close to 2 minutes now in the first half, and it's been very, very quickly played. Big bomb 3 is not there, and Pike the rebound. And he is flying. Fall away. 3 is there. We've been waiting for Lane Sarver to deliver, and timeout called by Shorter with 1:49 to go in the first half as Sarver gets on the board, and Union is up by 9. Union by 9 and going into a half-court trap press. That's usually when they bring 3 defenders across midcourt to try to pressure the opponent and give them a difficult time. And inside, that was all Littlepage, but they get the offensive board, and picking it back up on the backside was Hodges. Great concentration on his part to stay with it. He could have easily backed off of that and allowed Littlepage to command the rebound. Yeah, there's a collision. Boy, big battle going on between Hodges and Littlepage. And the foul. And Union is in the bonus. That's the second foul on Hodges. Nobody is in critical foul trouble at this point. And checking in again is Ian Reith. He goes 6'6". So here goes Littlepage at the free throw line. The front end of the 1-and-1 was something that plagued him particularly during the freshman year, and he's gotten much, much better and more confident with that. In and out. Union 5 of 11 from the free throw line this afternoon. That's something they're going to have to shore up if, in fact, they do make that conference tournament and have to take on West Georgia. Here's the battle going on against Gar. Fall away. In and out. Absolutely robbed on that one with Reith. Union spreads them out, trying to get some separation between the defenders. Littlepage every now and then will pull up and try a 3. Oh, I watch Gar. and take it right down the lane. That's just pure dribble penetration. And some things like that you can't teach. Now, they got to hit one out of desperation here because they're 5 seconds from the end of the half. And taking it down the lane and the foul. And I'm sure that is not what Dave Niven wanted to see right there at the end of the half. But it is not, or is it a shooting foul? Okay. It is not a shooting foul. So with 1.8 to go, they've got enough time to perhaps get a volleyball tip. He puts up one from the corner and does not get the Plinko drop. So we've completed 20 minutes with Union on top, 39-29, and that's what they want to see and their fans want to see, because they've got to get a victory here this afternoon to ensure themselves of getting into the Gulf South Conference tournament. Let's take a look at your Flow Sports scorebook here at halftime, and we're going to stay with it right here because there's going to be some recognitions of Union women's players. Let me tell you real quick. Bowman with 6 and Knight Jr. with 8 are the leaders for shorter. Union with 8 different Bulldogs having scored. Garr is on top with 8, Littlepage 7, and Jordan Pike and RCA Victor with 5. And we're going to go on the floor, and I will be telling you about those that are being recognized this afternoon. And this is senior day, and so it's very special recognition. A lot of parents and others who are here to salute these players. Here's Brooke Hample, one of the seniors, and boy, has she had a weekend here. Outstanding performances. And she's here with her family, and she has been a huge addition to this Union team this season. And athletic director and head women's coach Mark Campbell coming out, and it's a tradition to present roses to the mothers and to the player. And they got to get the family portraits. And here's Emma Callis. And she had a big one Thursday night and another terrific game this afternoon in the 110-68 victory. Somebody is sleeping through this one. He is going to love this. If they get a digitized copy of this, he's going to love seeing when he's 20 years old what happened to him when Emma was on her. Great family, and also out there with them is Sean Blackburn, the assistant coach, and here is Lauren West. Boy, today, 27 points. She did it all today. She just was, her cylinders were clicking, and a magnificent game. Tell you what, she and her mom look like sisters. And she's one of the top scorers on this entire Union team, but today with her long-distance shot, she had 7 3-pointers and was just, she was precision personified. And here's a young lady that I had a chance to meet her folks a couple of years ago here in Anna McCready. She's an Arkansas girl, and she has a lot of fans in the stands. And she has a heart as wide as her smile, and Mark Campbell just loves coaching these players, and that's why he's been one of the most successful. And here comes Leah Caldwell. Boy, they're getting hit hard by Graduation. Leah Caldwell, again, another brilliant three-point shooter. I interviewed Leah last season, and I asked her between her brothers and sisters which one got picked on the most. And, of course, she denied that she did the picking on, but well, she can hit from anywhere on the floor, but she is beloved by her teammates. I love the way they have to make the twist to their left to be able to get the family portrait done. And here you go with Keely Robinson. Tell you, it is going to be hard to replace these people. Keely has accepted her role as a bench player largely, but she has been a really inspirational player with her teammates. She's always looking for the open player. Yeah, there's another one. Here is Shanique Lucas, who came back for a graduate year because of COVID. She had another year of eligibility, and there's her sister, Kisharna, and there is a younger Lucas, and that's her father, David, who is with her. And I will tell you, they're looking very closely at this younger Lucas for the years to come. But these sisters who are from Papua New Guinea, but they have also been in Thailand in recent years. But Shanique has just made herself a real home here in Jackson, Tennessee. She's going on a mission trip overseas to Europe this coming summer, and I can tell you there's not a greater young lady to do that. She is absolutely in. Look at all this. They could fill up the whole court right now. This reminds me of a family reunion where you're trying to get everybody together and make sure they tighten up so they can get the shot. But just think about it. If you wonder why Mark Campbell has had the kind of success, it's been recruiting not just the talent of these players, but just because of the kinds of young ladies that they are. They are just, the character of them has been magnificent. And they get a huge hand. There'll be a lot of newcomers on this squad next year, but what great memories these young ladies have left, and their careers are not over because the Gulf South Tournament and more than likely the NCAA South Regionals are ahead of them. So we would take a break and have you visit with our sponsors, and when we come back, we'll have the stats from halftime of the men's game and the second half with Union on top, 39-29. And Shorter has just come back onto the floor. Steve Beverly back with you at Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, where Union leads it 39-29. And we hope, particularly for you Union fans, that you enjoyed the opportunity to see the players being honored. Let's take a look now at your Flow Sports halftime statistics. Union shooting 14 of 28 from the floor for 50%. And they began to pick up the pace of that late in the first half. Shorter 13 of 33 for 39, which is actually above their season average. In three-pointers, Union 5 of 9 for 56%. And 4 different players have connected behind the arc. Shorter 3 of 11 for 27%, and that's a bit below their season average. They check in at 36%. Free throws have not been a big factor because we've only had 12 fouls called in the game. Shorter's only been to the line one time, missed it. Union 6 of 12. That's a trouble spot that they have to be able to solve between now and Tuesday night, presuming they get into the Gulf South Conference tournament. It's not a done deal yet. They got to win this one. Rebounding, Union the edge, 20-19. And offensive rebounds, pretty well a wash. It's not a big factor. And turnovers, not a big factor. Both teams have done a good job of protecting the basketball. 4 turnovers for Shorter, 2 for Union. And Union has picked up the only basket off of a mistake. So it's not, usually you get to halftime and there may be 8 to 10 points for at least one team. Of course, you talk about the Union Lady Bulldogs. And it was 39 points today in the first half off turnovers. But that's not a factor either. It's going to come down in this game as to who dictates tempo and who can probably hit from outside the best. So far, that's advantage Union. And as we mentioned to you, and we'll let you pass away from the Flow Sports halftime stats board, we mentioned to you that at halftime, we were going to try to run through this with you one more time, and here is how everything is going to shake out when it comes to Tuesday night. Now, the Union Lady Bulldogs have already cinched the number 2 seed in the tournament, and more than likely will be playing Mississippi College. We haven't had official word on that. If we do get it, we'll certainly bring it to you before we end the telecast this afternoon. But for Union's Bulldogs, this is a must-win. They can't afford to let this one get away. If they win, they're in. They will be the number 8 seed, and they will go to West Georgia in Carrollton, Georgia, on Tuesday night for the first round of the tournament. And when you get into the tournament, who knows what happens. But if they lose, then Montevallo would have to lose its game this afternoon. And I want to be sure I get that right. Yeah, Montevallo would have to lose its game this afternoon for Union still to get into a tournament. So it's when you're in or lose and Montevallo lose and Union is in. And if you are confused about that, I'll try to clear it up after the game is over with. But I hope you're going to enjoy the second half. I want to say hello to all of you folks who watch us, and particularly family members who can't be here in person for so many of these games. I've met so many relatives of these players, a lot of parents, and it's just a joy to do that. But for all of you, and particularly I add that to those of you who are watching from the Rome, Georgia area to see Shorter. It's so good to have you aboard with us because streaming has opened up so many avenues for us to be able to be close to all the families and to the moms and dads, grandparents, and aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, and cousins. Thanks for all the support that you bring to these young people. And taking it all the way in is Tillman, and that's his first basket of the game. As we mentioned, it's been a very difficult season for Shorter, but if they could come from behind and be the spoiler against Union this afternoon, it would be huge. It is Sarver. Just missed the 3. It conked off the iron and went left. So that gives an opportunity again for Shorter right off the bat to close this to a 2-possession game. And here's a steal. And Sarver's got it, and down the stretch he goes. Lane Sarver showing a gust of speed that we don't get to see too often. timed that move perfectly and got the steal. And that woke up the fans quite a bit. Turnaround jumper, and couldn't get it to bank that time. And finally picking it up is Sarver. Boy, he is all over it here to start this second half. That's his third rebound. And the screen comes. Turnaround, and they're going to call traveling or a foul. He went to the deck hard. That is on Atchley, his second. And they say he was in the act of shooting, so he'll have a couple. Boy, you love to see a guy like Sarver just begin to increase his confidence and to get something going here to start it. And this is a guy that just has to work on his free throw shooting in the offseason. It's not going to all come together. He's been at 65%. But if he can work on this in the off season, that will be an exclamation point to his game. Got it short. So here come the Hawks once again. Again, 40% on the day and a nice fall away jumper. It's a 2 for Bowman. He has 8. We try to, particularly in the second half, keep you apprised of how many points these guys have, because a lot of them really build on it as the game goes along. And the kick out, Pike kept his concentration. It's easy to lose it. Look at that. That may have been a 4-spin move by Jordan Pike, but that's what that freshman brings to the table. You don't teach that kind of move. Going for the bomb. In and out. Absolutely robbed was Tillman. And he tried one from 30 feet out, and that one just spun around the iron. He thought about it, and he's going to bring it to the inside. Again, they stay very disciplined, this team, even though they got down 10. Fall away is there. Nice floating motion by Tillman. He has 4. And Littlepage was just all hemmed up and had no help. And they literally triple teamed him and sliced that away. Going open for the 3, and it is there. Bowman. And Dave Niven's going to take time out very quickly because that 10-point lead has been sliced to 5. Back in a moment.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
And you see Alexander Bitterling, who is one of our announcers that when I'm not here is usually behind the mic, and he is always somewhere in the house close to the president's box. President Dub Oliver not here today, but I have to talk to that boy about how, you know, the kind of company he keeps and the way he's able to somehow bamboozle his way in to get VIP seats when he's not calling a game here. I got to find out what his secret is. Union with it. Here's Pike. He's going to go one-on-one. Try that spin move again, but it didn't work. Sarver was double-teamed in a hurry. And now Now kicking it off open for the three, and it was short for Gar. And a good job of concentration and almost a steal. And they go for the bomb. We got a 2-point game. A big one for Bowman. He's got 14, and it's a 43-41 game, and they are up off that bench, and Wade Anderson jumping up for joy on the other side. To see this team, as nightmarish a season it has been, they are not quitting. And the Bulldogs have to have a wake-up call, and Pike, rather that was Applegate who forced it. Shorter could potentially take the lead in this possession, and they haven't led since it was 4-3. Short on the hook. Hodges tried hard, couldn't get a bank on it, and it was right there in the edge of the cylinder. And Sarver couldn't get the answer, and it is actually the rebound. That is his 5th. Hodges is the game leader with 9 boards. Wade Anderson redirecting the traffic of his offense. Fall away 3. Not there. That would have given Shorter the lead. Union slows the tempo down. You go through these peaks and valleys in games like this, and there's that added pressure knowing you got to have this one to have a postseason. Pike, the floater, it doesn't fall. Actually, the rebound, his 6th. He thought about the 3. And look at Sarver. The fake and taking it all the way down and stopping the sure layup. But that is going to send Tillman to the line. He's a 77% free throw shooter, and we've got timeout, and we got a game. Union only by 2. It's a 12-4 run for Shorter, and they've taken the crowd out of this game. Union still clinging to a perilous 2-point lead, and a chance to tie the game now by Tillman. 77% from the line. Transfer from Lakeland Community College. He's an Ohio guy. And let's see if he can deliver. It has been a completely different first 5.5 minutes to this half. It has been all Shorter. They came off the floor with smiles. They were loose. And Union is the team that looks a bit tight now. This one to tie. And he delivers it. Well, rewind the tape, erase the board. We got a brand new game. Chance of defense coming from the student section. Union bench very quiet right now. Little Page, fall away. Got it. They needed that one, and let's see if something happened. It looks as though Little Page has an equipment adjustment. Now, he may have lost a contact. Yeah, he's okay. That's what it was. He lost a contact as he was coming down the floor. And they're all getting grins out of this. I used to joke a former Lady Bulldog, Marquita Hunt Winston, of deliberately losing contact so she could get extra camera time during games. I can't say that about Jeremiah because it's never happened. Look at that fake. And it rolls off, and the rebound comes off to Applegate. Driving hard and taking it all the way down the baseline, JT DeBuck. And he's giving a bit of an emotional lift to this team. He's got 6. Saw his family here during an earlier portion of this game. Trying to go into the paint. The one-hander goes, and the foul. Tillman has also had a tremendous second half thus far in the first 6.5 minutes. That's the second foul on JT DeBuck. And our friend Cowboy Curling coming onto the floor. He left his cowboy hat at home again. I ought to have lent him mine, but he always has that circular mop that looks as though he is competing in a curling match. And he's one of the fastest guys on the floor to mop up a lot of that moisture. And three-point play makes it a 1-point game. I'll keep reiterating, Bulldogs need this one badly to guarantee and not have to have help to get into the Gulf South Conference tournament Tuesday night as the 8th seed. They're facing double teaming almost everywhere they go. Little Page is going to go one-on-one and is tripped by Hodges. That'll be his 3rd foul. And they can ill afford to lose him. They're going to bring in Reith as his replacement. Hodges is the game's leading rebounder with 9. And that is the second team foul, each team with 2. 3 timeouts remaining for Shorter, 2 for Union. And a foul, they'll play it underneath. That one was on Cole. That's his first. And here you go. The jump fake, and it did not go for Applegate, but Little Page is right there to pick it up. And the 3. The bomb does not go. Bowman with the rebound. And Shorter with a chance to take only its 2nd lead of the game. A gamble by Pike, and the 3 is short. Probably Pike, doing as he did, forced the shot to be rushed. All right, Ahmad Johnson checking in now, and he typically, this is one reason they bring him in off the bench, is because he tends to be a big pickup for this team whenever they are being threatened. And that's exactly what has been happening for the last 6 minutes of this second half, as Union has been outscored 17-8. Desperately, that's going to be an over and back. That ball just completely got out of the hands of JT, and it went too far. Turnover number 4 for Union, but it could give Shorter the lead once again. The Hawks have only made 6 turnovers in this game, and typically they make 16. Both teams have done a good job of protecting the basketball. This is Bowman. He's going to put up the 3. In and out. They have had 3 opportunities to take the lead, and in all 3 of them, the cylinder robbed them. Going for the 3 at the opposite end. JT with 9. And he was determined on that one. It's not a cushion, but Union back to a 2-possession lead. Let's see if they try to match it. There's Cole, and he works it around the perimeter again. And they work against and going downtown with it. And they send it back to, now let's see, he was not, it looks as though he finally said it goes back to Shorter, and they have 6 on the shot clock. And we also have a media timeout. So Union on top by 4. A lot of ball to play.
Are you looking for a Christian college or starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillies, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
I want to say a great word of thanks to our entire crew, and I will try to mention them right now. Our director, Christopher Reasons, camera operators today, Andrew Burris, Eric Inman, Billy Bolin, Adriana Bolin, and, of course, the executive producer of Worthy Road Studios that bring you the pictures for Flow Sports, Paul Schultze. Thank you, one and all, for another great season. Big Bomb 3, it's there. Wasn't a doubt in my mind that Knight Jr. was going to let that one fly. 11 points. It's back to the 1-point game. Despite the 3-24 record of Shorter, Union knew they were going to have to fight for this one today. Fall away. In and out off the back of the iron. Shorter with another chance to take the lead with Reith's rebound. And taking it all the way down, and the layup is there for Knight. 13 points, and Shorter leads. Bulldogs need a wake-up call. It's blocked decisively and saved. It's going to be a one-on-one race. The layup is there. Knight with 15, and Shorter is, they're a blitz right now. They've outscored Union 24-11 in the second half. This is a possession they badly need a basket. The jumper, not there. And once again, the rebound, they've got numbers. Have to slow it back up, but from the corner, nobody had picked him up, and it was a great attempt by Knight, and he has the momentum right now, and Union dodged one. So Bulldogs trailing by 3. That is the largest lead. That was not the way that play was designed, but it was tipped right back into the hands of Ahmad Johnson. They have held him to 6, and you just somehow believe he may have to be the one that takes control of this game for Union. Again, just staying around the perimeter and hoping to get some separation. The block was there. The tip doesn't go, but it goes right back for a third opportunity. And open for the 3. No, it's short. Little Page with the rebound. And DeBuck quickly down. Johnson. No. Rebound again to Knight, his 4th. The tempo is picking up. That's usually advantage Union between these two teams. But I guarantee you they are not going to get to 100 as they did the first time these two teams met. This is going to be one that Probably they get to 70, and off the back of the iron for Reif. And he's a 43% three-point shooter. He had the range, but it was just pushed a bit. Union trailing by 1. From the corner. Sarver can't get it to fall. Cole the rebound. We approach the 8-minute mark. And this shorter team that has not won in 2024, and they lose it. And trying to take it all the way down and right in the window. JT DeBuck with 11 to lead Union. And the crowd beginning to get back into it. We've had 7 ties in this game. That's off his foot. Second straight turnover. Johnson's going to take it all the way and is fouled. Boy, he slid almost into the cushions against the wall. And I think these teams are very happy that there is a media timeout. Union leads by a precarious 1 point.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Well, they're striking up with a little YMCA here, and Dave Niven trying to keep his team from getting too unsettled. The last 2 possessions have been positive for them because they've gained 2 steals and got a basket and an opportunity now for a couple of free throws from Ahmad Johnson. 79% free throw shooter he is. He's been in the 80s most of the season. So he's very dependable in this situation. He's got 2. He's hit both of them that he's had so far tonight. He's very calm, relaxed. And the Floridian delivers. So Union back to a 2-point margin. Off the back of the iron, and another rebound for Bowman. Knight has 15, Bowman 14 for Shorter. Chance of defense coming up again. Fall away jumper, not there. Yes, he got the friendly bounce. Tillman in double figures with 11. Every possession is so critical for this Union team, desperately wanting to get into the Gulf South Conference tournament. And Johnson has it just curl off. Union's shooting percentage has fallen down to about 43%. It was up around 49 earlier. Long bomb. Tried that bank once again, and it's not there. And look at the speed coming down. Johnson thought about a head fake and going for a 3. Pike. No. It was just too much defense right there in front of him. He should have probably tried to get that one to somebody else. Fall away jumper is there. And Tillman with 13. They've got 3 in double figures, and Shorter back to the lead. And this is not one of those games that you want to wait for the final basket to try to make a dramatic ending of this one. And Short hanging up on the lip. with Littlepage. And Union is just finding themselves ice cold. And on the drive, travel. I think that Tillman thought he was fouled, and he has, that's an ankle. You can tell that he is in some pain right now. They're going to attend to him. Let's take a quick timeout, and we'll be back. The trainer is over looking at Landon Tillman, and it looks like it could be an ankle sprain, but it also might be a Charlie horse that he is just able to walk off and get back in there. I know they do not want to lose him for the Hawks. Union now down by 2. Desperately needing a basket and even a flurry. 1-on-1. Littlepage gets it. The senior with 11. And we're right at the 5-minute mark. They've got the student body in evidence. Fall away jumper. Can you believe that shot by Bowman? He must have extended his body in reverse longer than most athletes could. Shorter has controlled this second half. They've outscored Union 30-18. Johnson off the back of the iron, but the tip is there for Littlepage. You think he doesn't want to continue his season with a postseason? We're getting close to the final media timeout. Dave Niven with 2 timeouts of his own. Wade Anderson with 3. High arm extension for Bowman. 18 points he has. And he's not among their leading scorers, but he has had himself an afternoon. Here goes the drive and losing it, picking it right back up. You had Garr making all of the partisans nervous here. They're down to 6 and underneath. What a move, and he could not make it fall. Probably because of the loss of the ball, and he was trying desperately to bank it off, and it didn't happen. Shorter now, under 4 minutes, and throws it away. It was outside the range of Bowman, and we've got that final media timeout. Don't go away, folks. It's going to be a dandy down the stretch. It comes down to this. 3.5 minutes remaining. Union trails 61-59. The Bulldogs with possession. But they have to gain control in this final 3.5 minutes to guarantee a spot in the Gulf South Conference tournament. You can't spell it out any more than that. It just has to happen now. Let's see what Dave Niven drew up out of that timeout. They go to Littlepage. He's hemmed up. 12 on the shot clock. Fall away. It's there. The one-hander for Littlepage with 15. That could be a basket that could be the most crucial if Union comes back to win this one. Listen to the crowd. Ten on the shot clock. 3 off the back of the iron, and Pike sky high for the rebound. And Johnson right down the lane. Floater goes through. 9 for Ahmad, and Union back to the lead. Wade Anderson redirecting his offense. So much rotation, and they're going to the left wing with it now. Johnson on defense. And they kick it inside, and the foul will be charged to Pike. That's only his second, and is only the third team foul, so it is not a shooting foul. I think every team thinks that a foul is called in the final 3 minutes of the game, and we're less than 2 now, that they go to the free throw line. He's going to have to hurry to get it in and calls timeout. He was on the edge of being called for a 5-second violation. We'll keep it right here. 1 minute 57 seconds remaining. Littlepage has had 15, and including some crucial ones down the stretch. J.T. DeBuck with 11. And this is a day where Ahmad Johnson, 27 on Thursday night, has been held to 9. For Shorter, 3 in twin digits. Bowman with 18. He's had 2 big three-pointers. Knight has had 3 three-pointers. He's got 15. And Tillman with 13. Dave Niven, particularly down the stretch in a situation like that, what he looks for is he concentrates, frankly, more on defense than he does on his offense. He trusts his team to know what to do in this situation offensively, but it's the defensive setup. And he is one of the fine defensive coaches in NCAA Division II. And Union is going to go to the all-court press. 16 on the shot clock. Down to 8. The jumper. The game is tied. Tillman. Timeout called. We'll again keep it here with 99 seconds remaining. How much better does it get than this? Final regular season game tied at 63, but so much on the line for this Union team. And even though you look at the overall record of Shorter and you think, how could it be this close? When they played in Rome, Georgia, it was a 5-point game, Union winning 100-95. And somehow you get the feeling that it could come down to the final possession of this game. Boy, don't you wish you were in college again if you're not now. Here we go. Bulldogs with it. 1.5 minutes to go. You see the setup. They're still playing man-to-man. Littlepage with the stuff. Got behind the defender. 17 points for Jeremiah. Now, Shorter is 6 for 23 in three-pointers. And we are close to the 1 minute mark, but would they pull up and try another bomb? If they're open, they probably will. 13 on the shot clock. They do for the bomb. It's there. Shorter by 1. What an afternoon Bowman has had. Pressure on the Bulldogs at this stage. They've got to have one here. Johnson, no, but he's fouled. It is a 3-shot foul, and so frustrated is actually, he thought it was not a foul, but Johnson will have 3 opportunities, and once again, 79% free throw shooter today. Johnson is 3 for 4. This is big, particularly if you ever needed a player, and they're going to call timeout to try to ice him, if you ever needed a player to deliver all 3, this is where it has to happen. 66-65 shorter. And the drama continues. Those are the kind of things that make a coach's hair go bald in a hurry when suddenly you get a 3-shot foul called. And Johnson's shot went astray, and it was a bang-bang play, but here we go. We'll watch it with you. 1. Two, Union leads. One, two, three. Pinfall. But shorter still with the long-range possibility as they had on the last possession. And timeout called by Wade Anderson. We again will keep it here. They can work it down to 6 seconds on the game clock. It's not out of the realm of possibility by any stretch of the imagination that we could be going 5 more minutes. We haven't had that many personal fouls called in this game, only 20. Littlepage playing like the player that Dave Niven recruited for situations like this. 17 points and 6 rebounds. 12 points for Ahmad Johnson, including that hat trick of free throws. 11 points for J.T. DeBuck. On the other hand, Brent Bowman, 21 points for Shorter, having the game of his life this afternoon. Landon Tillman with 15. Same for Ricky Knight Jr. The stats, though, mean nothing right now. It's just all that happens in this final 32 seconds. And to toss it in will be Knight. All right, get your blood pressure machine ready. Here we go. "30 seconds. The drive. It's tipped. He's open for the 3. No! And they call timeout. Did they have a timeout? I'm not sure that they had a timeout remaining, and he called it. Oh, my goodness, this could be reminiscent of an NCAA tournament final with the Fab Five of Michigan. Now, the question is, did they have a timeout? Oh, my heavens. It's an instinctive thing for a player to call it. And it should be a technical foul. And it is. And Johnson will go to the line, and this could put it on ice. He called a timeout. You can't put the blame on him. It's an instinctive thing. He didn't know that he was out of timeouts, and here's Johnson to try to ice it. 4 in a row. 69-66, we watch with you. And it is also Union ball. 70-66. Let me take that back. It is shorter ball. In a situation like that, you do not get the technical foul as well as possession. "17 seconds and change remaining, and Ahmad Johnson down the stretch has been brilliant. They have to get one off quickly. And the foul on JT DeBuck. Now, they have 3 more fouls to waste. That is not a bad foul. Let's see if Dave Niven does it again. They go inside, and the foul on Johnson. Another 2.5 seconds ticked off. Now, they can waste one more. I do not think that they would go to the 4th foul. And going down to the deck, they're losing precious time. Going for the bomb. Almost banked it in, and Pike the rebound, and that will do it. And got a little trash talking going on here, and technical foul. And it's on Tillman. He said something earlier to Jordan Pike, and Pike sort of brushed him out of the way. And then he apparently didn't stop. And so Tillman, it was unlikely that they could make the comeback at that point, but Tillman, and you can see he's still going on about it. And I am almost dead sure that it'll be Ahmad Johnson that will shoot the technicals. And what they're doing right now is to look to see how much time remains in the game. Union is going to win it, but not without a huge, huge struggle. And Union will get itself into the Gulf South Conference Tournament at West Georgia on Tuesday night. But those last 40 seconds of this game have just absolutely been a tooth puller. Well, apparently they're not going to shoot free throws. One official did signal technical foul. It's Union's ball, and Dave Niven is asking that question, why aren't we shooting technical fouls? It's my question. He's coming over to talk to Dave. I don't get this. If you call a technical foul, why don't you shoot the free throws? All right, he's explaining it to Dave. We can't hear it because we're way up here on the opposite side of the court. I don't think Dave is happy with the explanation, but regardless, Union has the ball. I'm very surprised that they're not shooting technical fouls, and he's going for the home run with Pike, and Pike just lets it go. And that's it. It was a thriller. It was down the stretch. It went down to the last 3.8 seconds, but Union comes away with the victory, 70-66 to go 14-14 on the season. 11-13 in the Gulf South, but that's good enough to get them in as the number 8 seed in the tournament. So the postseason will go on for the Bulldogs. And Tuesday night, they will be headed to Carrollton, Georgia to play West Georgia, the number 1 seed. But as we say, when you get to this stage of the season, who knows? Let me do the wrap-up for you here as far as our final totals. It was Brent Bowman, the freshman, with a brilliant game, 21 points, and he had 3 3-pointers. He did not quit the entire contest. 15 points each for Landon Tillman and for Ricky Knight Jr., and I got to salute Micah Hodges as well, 12 rebounds in the contest. They held him to 4 points. But he came up with 12 rebounds, and a lot of those kept this shorter team in it. For Union, 17 points for Jeremiah Littlepage, 8 for 12 from the floor, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocked shots. You think he did not want to extend it to the postseason? He gave it everything he had in his final home appearance. 14 points for Ahmad Johnson, but thinking about that 8 of 9 from the floor, and when he came up with 7 in a row in the fourth quarter. Just amazing. And 11 points for J.T. DeBuck. He had a rebound, an assist, and a steal, and 8 rebounds for Parker Applegate tonight. A tremendous effort on his part. It took everything that the Bulldogs had, but there was enough fuel in the tank. And they live for another day, and that will be Tuesday night in Carrollton, Georgia, 70-66. And it was a great way to wind up the regular season. We will be back here on Tuesday night as Union, the Lady Bulldogs, number 2 seed in the women's tournament, will be here more than likely taking on Montevallo University. But check the Union website this evening, and we'll have the information confirmed for you then as to who Union's opponent will be as they open the tournament. And the Lady Bulldogs with a 110-68 victory over Shorter in our preliminary to this nightcap. Well, for those of you who will be with us on Tuesday night, we look forward to it. For those of you who won't see us anymore for the rest of this season, let me say personally on behalf of the Worthy Road Studios production crew who provide these pictures for our good friends at Flow Sports, how much we have enjoyed having you with us. And it's been a great season to be a part of this for both of these teams. And what a way to wrap it up with a final 70-66. So that ends it from Fred DeLay Gymnasium, and I'm Steve Beverly saying so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee, where the final score was Union 70, Shorter 66. These are the folks who brought you tonight's game. Christopher Reasons, your director, Adriana Bolin, Billy Bolin, Andrew Burris, and Eric Inman on cameras, executive producer Paul Schultze, and I'm Steve Beverly saying so long, and this ball game was a presentation of Flow Sports, the Gulf South Conference, and its member institutions. Good night, everybody.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.